I would like to associate myself with the privileged speech of the very intelligent and beautiful Senator Loren Legarda. Madam, if anyone can testify to the effects of climate change, it is us Filipinos. Last year when Typhoon Karding hit the Philippines, it gave new meaning to rapid intensification when it blew up from a tropical storm with 50 miles per hour winds to a Category 5 monster with 155 miles per hour the next day. Signal number 5 po. Nung kabataan ko po, signal number 3, dilugyo na yun. At kung sasabihin mo na may signal number 5, malamang end of the world na po yun mga panahon na yun. Every year, we're bearing the brunt of climate change. It is clear that climate change increases the upper limit on typhoon strength and rain rate. That is also raises the average sea level and storm surge. Every year, the damage is exponentially increased by the wind speed. Storm surges, landslides, and floods have claimed lives, destroyed livelihood, halted business operations, and damaged utility infrastructures. Unfortunately, parang nasasanay na lang po tayo na taon-taon ay nasasalanta tayo ng bagyo at libu-libong buhay ang naapektuhan at bilyon ang halaga ng nawawala sa kagamitan at negosyo natin lahat. We should not get used to this. We should not rely on our people's resilience. Instead, we have to enact measures that could reverse or temper climate change. I am full support of all climate change policies that could recover an environment for our future generation. As chairman of the Committee on Energy, it is my priority to provide policies that would launch the use of sustainable sources of energy or clean energy. I filed a zero food waste bill that would address food waste that contributes to climate change. Since landfills release methane, a powerful greenhouse gas 25 times stronger than carbon dioxide. Methane gas lingers for 12 years and traps heat from the sun. Our irresponsible use of food products has an adverse impact on the physical and land itself. Moreover, it harms the biodiversity of the environment ecosystems. I'm also looking into filing the use of tarpaulin during elections because the tarps takes about 1,000 years to decompose. Patay na po tayong lahat. Nandiyan pa ang mga tarp na may mga pagmumukha natin lahat. The tarpaulins end up in landfills and sometimes in bodies of water too, causing pollution and flood. We have to continue working on more laws that would reverse the damage we have done. Again, I commend the effort of MFS, my favorite senator, Loren Legarda. Thank you, Mr. President. And by the way, Madam Senator, kanina noted po yun. Isishare ko po yan sa aking mga subscribers, yung po inyong lahat ng programa sa climate change at sa mga food security. I will always be at your service. Just let me know and I'll be there for you. Salamat po.
Maraming salamat. Isa lang po hihingilin ko.
Yes, ma'am.
Sa dami-daming gusto nating gawin, kung ang 25 million followers mo sa YouTube ay sundin lang niya ang RA 9003,
Okay.
Ecological Management Law, na ngayon nag-celebrate tayo ng Zero Waste Month dahil 22 years na yung batas sa paghihiwalay ng basura sa nabubulok at hindi nabubulok ay ang laking utang na loob ko at makakatulong talaga sa maraming mahihirap sa atin. Pagkatapos po ng ating sesyon, kasama ng inyong mga staff, tignan po nyo ang mga ehemplo kung paano ang dumi ng karagatan at ng informal settler areas nakakaawa dahil sa napakaraming plastic na hindi po sinesegregate o hinihiwalay ang basura. Kaya sa dami po ng ating pinag-usapan, maski yun na lang ang ecological solid waste management. Ang paghiwalay ng basura sa nabubulok, hindi nabubulok, ang laking bagay. Kung ma-impluensya nyo, maudyok nyo ang inyong 25 million YouTube. Dahil ako hanggang ngayon wala pa pong YouTube. Makiki-YouTube na lang ako sa inyo. Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Well said. Done na po yun. I'll do it, as you say. Thank you po.
Thank you, Senator Raffy Tulfo. And before we recognize the majority leader, we'd like to commend our Senate President Pro Tempore for consistently fighting and advocating issues on preservation of environment. Kahit na para ka man lone voice before, nobody cares about the environmental issues before. But clearly, it's a clear and present danger that we really have to act with urgency regarding global warming and climate change. So we commend our Senate President Pro Tempore for that.
Thank you very much, Mr. President.
Majority
Signing
Leader.
Officer, Majority
Yes, Mr.
Leader.
President. Mr. President, I'd like to associate myself to the privileged speech delivered by our Senate President Pro Tempore, Senator Loren Legarda, and would like to put on record, Mr. President, that during the recent annual meeting at Davos, it was highlighted that 3.6 billion people worldwide are dangerously exposed and vulnerable to the impacts of climate change. Countries do not have equal footing in terms of the impacts that will be felt, but no country and no economy is immune from the climate crisis. And so we thank the distinguished lady, our Senate President Pro Tempore, Senator Loren Legarda, for being consistent and being contagious as well, Mr. President, because ever since I joined this August chamber, I'm being influenced by our Senate President Pro Tempore. Kanina, Mr. President, I made mention about the Biennale, Mr. President. I was asked to go there. I was in Milan. I was pulled by our good friend, Senator Legarda, to go to Biennale and then come back to Milan, Italy, Mr. President, and she's not aware that it will take all of my day, Mr. President, that day. But I wouldn't mind, and I'm so happy that I was part of it. Mr. President, I also would like to put on record that last Congress, we filed a bill requiring companies to have a clear plan on the disposal and recycling of beverage containers. And this bill was eventually integrated into this extended Producers Responsibility Act, or Republic Act number 11898. Thank you to our dear colleagues headed by Senator Cynthia Villar. And this Congress, Mr. President, we continue to advocate for the extractive industry's transparency